Kogi State is in the middle belt of Nigeria and has its capital in Lokoja, with a total land area of 28,313.5 square meters and a population of about 4 million. Agriculture is the mainstay of the economy, with 70% of its population as subsistence farmers living in the rural areas. The state is known for many farm produce. Chiefly amongst them are the rice, cashew and cassava, which incidentally are the three focal crops KOGI APPEALS project is providing support to farmers in the state. APPEALS, a World Bank funded project, is designed to enhance the agricultural productivity of small and medium-scale farmers and improve value addition along the priority value chains. For Kogi State, they are rice, cashew, and cassava. Therefore, at the kickoff of the APPEALS project in Kogi State, and in a bid to begin the implementation of the project development objectives, the State Coordination Office, under the dynamic leadership of the State Project Coordinator, Dr. Sani Abdullahi Ozumata, swung into action by embarking on a farm center-based advocacy and sensitization campaign across the different farming communities in the state to enlighten the farmers on the existence of the project and how they can be beneficiaries.
APPEALS project, what we are looking at is not just about supporting farmers with inputs. We need to look at the best practices around the world now and introduce those we can lay our hands to the farmers. And these are areas, this can even be in improved variety of seeds. This can be in terms of other machineries that are available presently with respect to harvesting and even planting and processing. So all the technologies we are able to lay our hands on have been demonstrated to the farmers, and of course they saw the difference between using the present technology and when they were using their traditional method. It's time saving, energy saving, and of course more yield, which translates to more profits for the farmers. So they quickly adopted the technologies we have demonstrated, and presently they are taking advantage of this technology. And this technology demonstration also informed the appeal project on areas to support the farmers, because some of these machineries or equipments that have been demonstrated to the farmers are, form part of the inputs that were supported, that were handed over to the farmers through the community-based procurement by the service providers, and they are presently making use of it and all happy with the technology.
A baseline survey was conducted across the 3 value chains of rice, cashew, and cassava to understand the current agricultural practices and landscape, which will further guide project implementation activities. In addition, a needs assessment was carried out across the 3 segments of production, processing, and marketing, and of course, the profiling of farmers. Farmers' farmlands were mapped to verify and authenticate their suitability for farming the required crop put in by the farmer, as these, amongst other criteria, will determine their eligibility to access support from the project. Having received a no objection from the World Bank for the value chain investment plan submitted by commodity interest groups, KOGI Appeals intensified the process of facilitating the necessary support for farmers amidst the challenges and threats posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. KOGI Appeals facilitated the delivery of farm inputs and equipment such as agrochemicals, seedlings, fertilizers, amongst others. This is in addition to building the capacity of our farmers on good agronomic practices.
As far as this project is concerned, that is appeals, in fact, I so much appreciate the federal government and the state government that has come up with this initiative.
Before the coming of appeal projects, I used to have plant my cashew without putting gap. That to say I had a cashew forest, not farm, before. But when appeal project came with the instruction and training given to me, I used to gap the planting of my cashew. Even the one I planted that was so cluster, I used motoshell to cut them off in order to give a space, to bring out a maximum yield. Appeal project supported me by facilitating lots of goods. 1, fertilizer. 2, chemical such as herbicides and pesticides. They even supported me with naphtha sprayer. Well, I have to appreciate the governor, Lajaya Adoza Bello, for even accepting the appeal project into his own state, and at the same time by even paying his own counterpart fund to the appeal project.
The challenge we have is that the time frame given to appeal to operate in Nigeria is too small. Because according to them, they told us that it's 5 years that the program will elapse. So, but to my observation and what we have experienced through them, there is support given to us. If this appeal continue in this country, especially in KOGI State, the next good 10 years, so we will say bye-bye to poverty. So I'm begging the federal government, the World Bank, and the KOGI State, World Bank especially, to extend the years of operation of appeal from 5 years I can't give them time, but minimum of 10 to 15 years. Because I'm saying this, through the what appeal facilitated for the farmers now, and what we earn financially from our cashew product, our farm produce here, many farmers here have sent their children to the higher institution. You know, most of them they wrote jump and the result already coming out. Because that is okay. And then put that they go to the higher institution and see them build the modern houses in the community. And the utmost thing is sending the children to the school. If KOGI Appeal continue for the next 10 years or 10 years in Nigeria or for the particular, I'm telling you, a farmer can equalize himself or herself to the politician and the people in higher office. So these are the new challenges we have with us.
Financial literacy, environmental and social safeguards, quality control, and standardization. To ensure the steady but guaranteed availability and profitability of farmers' produce, KOGI Appeals conducted a feasibility study on market information across the 3 value chains of rice, cashew, and cassava, and also entered into an off-take partnership with reputable agro companies in the country. During the period under review, KOGI Appeals has completed a training of 1,700 beneficiaries of the Women and Youth Empowerment.
The appeals program, even if I'm not an indigent, I was also opportune to have. I'm also privileged to be here because I wouldn't have been here. It was a program that was actually open to all indigents. Like even if you were not an indigent, you were also allowed to be part of it, which I know I'm privileged to be one of them, and I'm also happy to be here.
Awesome in the sense that let me say I'm actually new in this enterprise, and my love for it has actually grown into 100% because there are things I thought I knew before in which I got to know that I was a novice, but on getting to BUK, courtesy KOGI Appeals, so many things were unraveled, starting from how to rear fish, to maintain the water, down to the harvest period. So many things. In fact, if I should start mentioning, I think this interview will take a very longer time.
With respect to training, we're doing a lot in terms of capacity building for both farmers and our PIUs. These are the staff of Appeals Project. The farmers have been trained in various methods of farming and also account keeping. The training cut across from the issue of production to fiduciary matters, and also post-harvest trainings on how to perfectly handle their produce to avoid post-harvest losses. These are some of the things we've been doing with the farmers.
And facilitated the business name registration with the Corporate Affairs Commission. As it stands, disbursement is already ongoing to beneficiaries that have received a no objection on their business plan from the World Bank.
This fund, as it is being given to you to assist you to improve your well-being, to improve on your agricultural processing skills, it is not just for you to go and withdraw it from the bank and do anything you like. It is a controlled fund, in order that others that have not benefited today, they will benefit tomorrow.
Farmers will say, this is what I need. It is based on what you need, we'll give you.
Yes.
That is the essence of value chain investment plan.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
That's why I'm asking if what you have written in the value chain investment plan is what you are getting.
Yes.
If it is not, you say it is not.
Please.
That's what we are getting.
It is, sir.
I'm sure a lot of places I don't even know anything.
Yes.
If you want to go by what is to happen in the past, I'm sure probably you will not be the one.
No. That is obvious.
We are seeing a great difference to what is happening.
You're supposed to come with a truck to carry prayer of yesterday. Now truck.
Even on behalf of them, we are recommending them.
Thank you very much.
It's very good.
I'm happy to hear that.
Under the rice value chain, a total of 993 hectares of farmland have been cultivated by farmers supported by KOGI Appeals, and the total expected production output is 3,972 metric tons.
When appeals come, they come help us with many things for rice. They give us fertilizer, chemical, other things. They bring tractors. They come and farm for us. So we're happy for the what they happy do for us. For KOGI Governor Alhaji Ayabelo, we thank God for that. The what he done for us for Chakarko, for happy. We're very, very happy. The thing we never see before. We farmers from here, this year we see it very well. Because we're very, very happy. Because we harvest rice well. Before, I am Ezra. I dey farm rice, I dey harvest rice. 10 bag, 15 bag, 20 bag. But when Happy come, support us with chemical, fertilizer, other things. So this year I see the changes. Because I harvest rice of bag 128. That is why I say I'm very, very happy for what KOGI State did for us.
For the cassava value chain, a total of 1,044 hectares have been cultivated, with an expected production output of 20,088 metric tons.
What we have been practicing before was just 4 to 5 hectares of cassava farm. But now that appeal have come into KOGI State, we are able to produce more than 40 hectares now, of which is encouraging very well.
We are very happy for KOGI State government to be able to pay their counterpart fund for the appeal project. Also, we are happy with Dr. Almata, how he take the project and he himself dedicated his time to move up and down to see the project is well done. And we are very happy with all the staff surrounding him, all their staff. They were up and down, always visiting us, directing us, counseling us, do such of things for us. We are very happy today that all the what they give to us, they see that we also maintain our people, even happy with them.
While for the cashew value chain, a total of 2,501 hectares have been supported, with an expected production output of 1,750.7 metric tons. Through the instrumentality and activities of KOGI Appeals project from inception till date, in facilitating the necessary support, such as provision of farm inputs, equipment and capacity building to rural farmers in the state, the project has successfully aligned its objectives and activities to the agricultural blueprint of the state government. Farmers and other stakeholders in the state have expressed satisfaction with the manner KOGI Appeals project is transforming the agricultural sector.
I would say very perfectly. The Appeals project perfectly aligns with KOGI State's agricultural blueprint, in the sense that His Excellency, amongst his thematic area from inception, agricultural diversification is one of his key areas. And you know, KOGI State comes to the table with comparative advantage in some agricultural products, and those products are the three main products that Appeals focuses on. Cassava, we are the largest producer in the country. Cashew, we are also the largest producer in the country. And rice, we are one of the largest producers in the country, both dry, wet season production. So that aligns clearly with the governor's blueprint, and because of that, the appeals program in that area has been successful comparatively with other states. Appeals projects began in 2018. We are just kickstarting 2021, so it's barely 2 years old in Kogi State. If you want to ask my sincere judgment, I would say we are doing far better than states who took off before Kogi State. And in that regard, with more time, the appeals program would significantly impact on Kogi farmers. It's already impacting, but the results will be seen at least by mid-session, which would be towards the end of this year. Not minding the challenges of the COVID-19 of 2020 and some of the droughts that we experienced in 2020, Kogi is doing well and our farmers are happy for it. In terms of numbers of beneficiaries, Kogi targets 10,000. If you ask me, are we on top of our numbers? I would say very well. In terms of creating farmers with increased income and value for their effort on their farmlands, in terms of reducing the challenges they face in agricultural activities in Kogi State, which is one of the key areas appeals is supposed to help solve, I would say yes, because access roads, utilities like power, energy, water are the critical ingredients that would help farmers increase their yield, increase their income. But most importantly, training and identifying knowledge gaps and filling those knowledge gaps with retraining goes a long way in helping farmers, and that is exactly what Appeals Kogi State is delivering. And I can tell you that after 6 years of this program in Kogi State, Kogi farmers will be more knowledgeable, will understand their business and take agriculture not just as a farming activity but as a business that brings income. So I can say yes, it will hit its desired target.
Enhancement of productivity of the selected products. For instance, like cashew, when we went around, the farmers confessed that they have never had it so good. They have been supplied necessary inputs. They have even been taught how to prune their old cashew trees, which is yielding much more fruits than before. And in other areas, the testimony from farmers as to the improvement in their general conditions, enhancement of their living standards because of the increased production of the various crops is tremendous everywhere. So far so good. And one impressive thing about appeal in Kogi State is that the governor has put what we call square pegs in square holes. Both the SPC and the team, they are doing very well. Our deputy governor, he is the chairman of the state steering committee, is so committed to the project. Even the governor himself is very much in love with appeals, and it is therefore not surprising that when the program came on board, they didn't hesitate paying the counterpart fund for the appeal project. I have no doubt in my mind that when the next time comes for the state to pay the necessary counterpart funds or other supports, our neighbor governor is readily available to do that. So the impact has been great, and it will be greater, as we saw when they presented the 2021 work plan. By the time all the plans there are executed, I think the farmers will continue to be happy. They will even be happier than what they are this year. So thank God for that program.
Appeals, just like the name implies, has really successfully improved the activities of agriculture in Kogi State.
The impact on the farming itself. You could differentiate appeal project farms from other farms around. There's a lot of improvement. As I said, because of better agricultural practices that the farmers were taught, input and so on.
As a matter of fact, the state government always ensure the prompt payment of its counterpart funds. The provision of over 500 hectares of farmland to facilitate the implementation of the Women and Youth Empowerment Program in the state, and also the distribution of fertilizers to farmers through the platform of KOGI APPEALS project, amongst other vital support. In the coming years ahead, KOGI APPEALS project is poised to do more in enhancing the productivity of farmers and improving their livelihood for food security and economic empowerment.